You gotta wait until he contacts you, girl. You deserve so much better than that. You do. What do you want him for? You need to ditch him. She's after your money, bro. She is after your money. Don't reach out. Leave her unread. Leave her unread. Don't be so available. Don't say yes to everything. You're gonna come off as way too easy. They're gonna take advantage of you. Have you heard any useless advice like this before? If you are choosing to be a conscious manifester, and you've heard all the crazy old dating advice that's out there, you're gonna wanna watch this video. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of self that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're choosing to do. I hope so. Because you don't have a good excuse not to. I'm just saying, especially if you want something or someone, you should be choosing. I am the version of self that. Finish that sentence. If you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and I am obsessed with getting what I want in manifestation. And if you're into all that too, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me. Please let me know that you subscribe too. I like to know who my new HBICs are. Hbic is in charge of your reality, or whatever word you want to slip in there for the B. Just saying. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 3 channel memberships where I go live with my channel members every single week. If you join the VIP Advanced Manifestors group, that's the group that has access to all 3 channel memberships. We've got a zhuzhing only channel membership. We've got a hot seat channel membership where you can ask me anything you want. And we've got the Advanced Manifestors where we are deepening our knowledge, expanding our awareness around manifestation so that we can feel confident that we're going to get what we want. Just saying. I know we got some doubters out there, and that's okay. That's the group to join so you can stop being a doubter and be a doer. With the channel memberships, if you do join one of the channel memberships, you do have 20% off of any coaching, except for the emergency coaching. There's no discount on the emergency coaching, but for the regular coaching, it's 20% off, just saying. So when you reach out to me, you need to let me know that you are a channel membership. So when you do reach out, you need to let me know you're a channel member so that I can verify your channel membership and give you that 20% off. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Clapper. I have my other YouTube channel called Kimberly's Other Life. And if you are interested in hanging out with me outside of manifestation, come join me over there. The link is below. Enough of this. Let me jump in. I am sure that if you have ever had any kind of experience in your love category, that you have probably gotten some, more than likely, unsolicited advice from someone in your life telling you how to run your relationships or run your love life. Most of the time, it's unsolicited advice, I'm just going to say. But I'm sure sometimes you asked a question that led to a stupid response from a loved one, right? We've all had that experience. And I know it's not fun. Okay? And I know there's a lot of content out there on dating advice. And I know TikTok is there is a plethora of videos of people. Oh my God, probably the biggest pet peeve out of, bad dating advice is the videos of people, putting up a video of themselves in it and saying these stupid lines like, believe who people show themselves as, because they're showing you really who they are, right? So you don't get fooled by your lover. They were always showing you exactly who they were. You know, if you got dumped or something like that. I can't stand those videos. Or videos of people, you know, usually it's them just sitting and posing in a live video, sitting and posing. And some quote comes on the screen of, you know, I know that I'm more than enough now. And I'll never be that foolish again. I'll never let anyone inside my heart ever again. And it is nothing but a oh poor me kind of video. And it's for attention. And it's obvious. And most of the dating advice content is for some way. Yes, it's geared as dating advice to help you date, but it's also geared as, you know, depending on who you're watching, to protect your damn heart so that you don't allow love in. It's all garbage. Okay, it's garbage. So this video is about, guys, let's be mindful of what we're believing in the content that we're taking in. I'm not someone who's trying to tell you that you got to cut watching types of content out of your life in order to be an amazing master manifester. You don't have to stop listening to certain types of music. I'm someone who naturally just doesn't like love songs because I like upbeat music. That's usually my go-to. But my old self didn't like love songs because they all used to make me cry because I would think about how terrible my love life was. Used to be. I have to say would, but used to be. So I don't fear love songs now. Now it makes me happy because I think of my person and our relationship and how I have never been happier, blah, blah, blah. But I still don't like the tempo. I don't like slow. I want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I'm not trying to tell you, you can't watch this and you can't watch that. I don't care what you do in your 3D. What I am telling you is if you're trying to manifest a specific person or manifest new love in general, any type of love manifestation, stop taking 3D advice unless it is beneficial to you. Okay? There are no rules on how to handle your 3D reality. This is an individual experience. Now, I made a little crack as part of the opening to this video of, you know, don't reach out to Hbic, or don't reach out to her, don't reach out to him, as logical, literal advice from the 3D. Okay? I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to tell you you can't reach out to your specific person if you fucking want to. You could do whatever you want. It's your reality. I mean it when I say you cannot mess up a manifestation. If you keep choosing your new self, you are eventually going to have the experience of the relationship, okay? You're not going to mess anything up out here. It's impossible. It's impossible. That's a whole other video though. But if you are someone who is manifesting love and you want to have the experience of being pursued, so you want SP to show up or contact you, you want that type of an experience, there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, okay? So again, this is not about telling you to do movement or contact. It's not. However, when we are manifesting love, especially if it's with someone we've already had 3D experiences with, I bet at some point or other on your journey, you have done some kind of comparing to either how they used to be, how they used to show up. So you're judging how you should show up based off their old self, which if their old self was shit, it was a manifestation of your old self. So there's no point in beating yourself up if you're choosing to be a new version of yourself. That's a whole chunk of wasted time. But if you are listening to the rules out there in the dating world, you might want to double check what it is that you're believing for yourself. One of the most popular ones I used to hear is, if he wanted to, he would. If he really wanted to be with you, he would reach out. So if he's not reaching out, girl, he just doesn't want you. It's time to let that one go. You deserve much better. Now, don't get me wrong. You do deserve much better. You do deserve a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And by fulfilling, I mean you are receiving the love and affection and attention that you want. So yeah, you do need to come into the knowing or identify as the version of you experiencing that. Yeah, I agree with that. But if he wanted to, he would. No, I'm sorry. If you would friggin' let him, he would. If you would allow him to, she would, right? She would be reaching out. She would be coming in, showering you with love. He would come in and shower you with love if you were choosing to be that version of yourself. So that's why I think the dating advice stuff is nearly useless. So be aware of what you're believing and choosing for yourself. Because it's not if he wanted to, he would. It's definitely not that. The people in your reality that you are intermingling with are reflecting what you believe about yourself and specifically about them. So if we're hanging on to the past, especially if it was unfavorable, if we're hanging on to it and holding on to resentment, not letting the past go because it no longer has to be your past. If you're judging yourself of how you interact with SP based off of old 3D dating advice, it is time to make an adjustment here. We don't need to play the friggin' games of love and relationships that we all know exist in the 3D. Throw the game playing out. There is a way to get your specific person. I am having difficulty talking today. There is a way to get your specific person to come in and pursue you effortlessly, meaning you ain't got to lift a finger. There's a way to do that. And it's not by manipulating the 3D and playing the games of 3D world dating. It's simply you start choosing for yourself that is who you are now. You are the self that is pursued. You're the woman or man that women or men totally dream about. You are their ideal. You are worthy and deserving of being pursued, loved, adored, cherished, whatever words feel good to you. You are that self now. That's all you know. That's your normal to be treated like this. It's your normal. You start identifying as that. And you detach from 3D. As in, we're not going to judge the circumstances or conditions of your current 3D reality. We're not going to let that dictate to us who we are. We decide who we are, and we go from there. But please, take my advice on this. Really ask yourself, what are you believing about yourself versus love? What do you believe about how our love relationship should look like? What the experience should be? And what you really believe about your specific person. If you're manifesting in new love, well, you can skip that bottom part. However, though, you should ask yourself, what are your general beliefs about men or women, whatever it is that you're into, you're attracted to? What are your generalized beliefs? Are all men players? Are all men cheaters? Are all women, what's that? Oh, I always forget it. Only want your money. They just want you to pay for everything and never put a dime in. Whatever it is, those generalized beliefs that we know exist in 3D. Are you still claiming them for yourself? And if you are, today is the day you stop. Or at least I think you should take my advice. Stop. Throw out the rules of 3D world. And for those of you that want to be pursued, I wanted to be pursued too. I wanted to have the experience of my specific person coming in, and I wanted to see and feel and experience like, wow, he's really digging me. He can't get enough of me. Oh my God, he's like blowing up my phone. I'm loving it. I wanted that experience because I believed it would feel good. That would be fun. Not because I needed that to prove to me that he wanted me. No, it was a fun experience. So in my early days, no, I wanted it so that I could believe that I was chosen. I wanted to have his daily contact so I could believe that he really wanted me, that I could be loved. That's why I was half-assing. That's why hot and cold came instead. When I started identifying as being the woman chosen, always chosen, the woman who could believe she was worthy and deserving of being pursued, loved, adored, cherished. When I started identifying as her, and at the same time was deciding for me that my love relationships look like this. I'm pursued. I'm pursued. I'm chased. I'm desired. That's what my love life looks like. That's what it became. But I didn't need the movement in the 3D to believe I was her. So in other words, I chose to be her first. Then 3D reflected. And it reflected beautifully. And it has ever since, I just want to say. So it's all about who you're identifying as. So are you still hanging on to dating advice? And if so, today's the day we stop. And we identify as the self that can absolutely have love, fulfilling love, or whatever words feel good to you. Okay? So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.